Hello and welcome to another episode of the Meaningful Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Chantal Gerardy, and today we have Alana G with me. I have to sing it because I'm so excited. And she is the Conscious Affiliate. So we have a very, 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 very interesting conversation to have today. And we might even be sharing some of the juice and the glitter of what we got to experience as I had the opportunity to actually co-present at one of her Bali retreats, which was last week.
I know. I'm still not back, I don't think. I'm still in Bali.
Still Bali vibes, 100%. And I have to say, shout out to social media. Thank you, social media, for creating such amazing opportunities for us, because I actually didn't know who this amazing woman was. She used a principle that she doesn't even know I teach, but it's called the ask principle. And she just asked for some support on social media. It came up. Thank you, social media. Thank you, God.
Thank you, God.
And we had a conversation, and literally a week later, I was in Bali co-presenting at one of her events.
And it was amazing. We got to sleep together.
It was
in the same bed.
in the honeymoon suite.
And it was and I'm so grateful also for social media to introducing us, and that's what I love. Like, you get to put out your vibration on your Facebook, on your Instagram, and see who hits and get to know people that really absolutely fit into your life. And I'm so glad that we're here doing this podcast together.
Oh, I'm so excited. They, they always talk about the organic algorithm, and they always say that the organic algorithm is dead. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, if you put in that you want to buy a fridge, all the fridges are going to come up. Like, everything about fridges is going to come up, right? So if I'm putting my meaningful marketing tactics into social media and I'm talking about all the juice and all the glitter, I'm just going to be able to attract more of those people as well, right?
I know, you got a glittery person right here.
Hook, line and sinker. So, okay, you're the Conscious Affiliate. We're going to have a great conversation about this today, because the reality is that affiliate marketing can get a bit of a bad rap.
Yep.
As someone who has worked with other leaders in the affiliate marketing space. I have done affiliate marketing because doTERRA is affiliate marketing. Is that right?
Yeah, you would call it an affiliate.
Yep. And I did Amway at one point as well.
Yep, back in the day. I remember that. Yeah.
I did Tupperware affiliate marketing.
I think so. I never got to experience Tupperware. Maybe I'm too young.
Hey. But so for me, like, I think I've been down that road, but I've worked with a lot of leaders in the space. I've worked with leaders in Isogenics and Herbalife, in Enagic, in quite a few different spaces, helping support the leaders with their marketing strategies and then also coaching their teams. Mm-hmm. And I don't have an issue with it. If things are done authentically and if they are done from the heart,
exactly.
And it is meaningful, if I have something that you want and you love, by all means get it. But I think the problem is that, there's some people out there that are not doing it in a great way. And when that happens, you kind of go, it's actually the same as marketing, right? People come to me and they go, I've been burnt by another marketer. And it's the same thing, right? Just puts a bad taste in their mouth.
Well, there's certain things that we were taught very young when I first started the industry that is pretty yuck. I look back and I'm like mortified by my behavior. I'm like, oh my God, like all the cold outreach messages, not being authentic to self and coming from a hustle kind of mentality. But we get to talk and dive into this more over this podcast. But there are different ways of marketing, and in the industry there was a lot of, I think at the very start, a lot of outreach, going to people that don't want what you have and really forcing it upon them. And that's just not how I do business. Connecting with faith and understanding that the right people will come to you is such a huge piece to the puzzle. And then you get to kind of sit in that waiting for those aligned moments. And so build a business from an authentic current rather than this forced current. And so once you can do that, basically start creating impact easily and effortlessly.
Love that. I love it so much. It's so true with everything, with everyone, whether or not you're selling a product, a service. It is so true. And I did a post on social media this last week talking about how I'm getting spammed massively at the moment, like cold emails and people booking a call with me to work with me, and then they get on the call and it's like they're trying to sell me something. And I'm like, I'm swiping left straight away. And I've had to this week say, please do not further communicate with me. There's just no alignment for us here, And the answer was, can I just send you this quickly? And I was like, man, I'm done. I'm done.
Well, actually, I got on a call yesterday also with someone that's been cold messaging me, and it was very chat GPT, right? Like it was chat GPT after chat GPT after chat GPT. And I brought my authentic current and I said, hey, look, you're making this difficult for me to want to get on a call because I can see all of your messages are from ChatGPT. Like, are you a real person? And
do you have a heart?
They had a little giggle and said, yes, I know, and owned it. And we got on a call and it was a great call. But yeah, there's a part of if you're not bringing your full authentic self or why your intention, like being really clear with your intention. Yes, I believe this would be a great vessel for you. Am I going to make you decide that without your permission? No, I'm going to pour belief over you and show you what's possible. But then I'm going to give you the grace to make your own choices.
Yeah. So full transparency here, like we slept together in the honeymoon suite, as we said, true story, right? And I actually didn't even know who she was. I hadn't met her in the flesh. I got there, went to bed because I was exhausted. I'd been traveling since the day before, got lost, got dropped off at the wrong hotel, got there, said to her, look, you're coming later. I'm just going to go to sleep. And in the morning, rolled over and looked at her for the first time and went, that's what you look like. I think I came right. But full transparency in that, besides that the entire time that I have been in this community with you, like no one has tried to sell me anything. Like if anything, I'm like, oh my God, what do you actually sell? Because, I'm so curious now because no one's asking me. Like no one's asking. Playing hard to get. And it's working. Anyway, let's go. Let's just talk a little bit about your story, right? Because I see your juice, I see your glitter. I know that you're God-led. I know that you're heart-led. But talk to me a little bit about your backstory and how you actually got into affiliate marketing, some of your learnings along the way, some of the shit stuff, some of the good stuff. Like, talk to me a bit about it.
Yeah, beautiful. So when I was younger, I always had like this internal flame that was telling me that I could do anything, but the reality around me was a little bit more tougher for me. So I started traveling the world, doing some really cool things around the world, working at wakeboard parks, snowboard parks, all the things. I just loved adventure. I loved the freedom. And it led me to personal training. So I was doing personal training for many years. And then I got back on a plane and started traveling again, volunteering in third world countries. And what happened for me was I fell pregnant while I was on one of these big, grand, audacious trips around the world. And I decided in that moment that I was going to find a way to make money in alignment with myself online so I don't have to go and be trading my time for money. I have a background in small business, so I traded massive hours for shorter hours, hired staff, started to learn like little bits about freedom. But when I decided to take my business, to take myself out of the business, my business didn't thrive anymore. So I started to learn all these things through apply and error. So once I fell pregnant, I knew that there must be a way that people are doing it because surely anything's possible. I knew that. I was like, the uncapped potential, everything's possible. What's out there? Let me go learn it. I got on a plane from Amsterdam because I had fallen pregnant overseas. I flew back to Sydney. I got in a room full of people making money online and I just started to learn the steps. I fell into low ticket distribution of nutritional subs, which I also really loved. I think they were very beneficial. They absolutely helped change the game. I also invested in an ionized water machine when I was pregnant, with no intent of business with that company. But yeah, a few years down the track, it was in about the 4-year mark of testing and trialing the online space and really finding myself still overwhelmed, burnt out, in the hustle, not getting ahead, found myself in a job again, that I was totally out of alignment with. And I was like, this isn't it. I got to find another way. This isn't working for me. And then I started to understand those different things around low ticket versus high ticket and finding something that's more sustainable. And so that's when I found the direct sales industry with the current affiliate company. They build sustainable blocks in the business. So it's not It's not based on performance. It's based on, and the energy you put in, the energy get out. And yeah, it changed. I really wanted to make, like we talked about it, like at the time, like for me, making 5 figures in a month online was like my ceiling. Like it felt like such a glass ceiling. Like if I didn't crack through that, then nothing else was going to be possible. And thank God I cracked through that, because so much has more become available to me. But that was my intent, and I went out and then I did it very, very early on in my business, in my new business. And that's it. Things started to shift and change for me. So it really was a mum like wanting to live the lifestyle that she already had, which was freedom and choice and travel and adventure. And also I just had a passion for business as well. And so I wanted to really find a way to leverage something that was going to allow me to live out my best life. And so, it's been a beautiful journey.
Oh, it's so epic. So, I mean, there's a couple of things that I'm hearing from you, and that is that first you've got to enjoy doing it, right? If you don't enjoy doing your business, you're going to wake up every day and it's just going to suck, right?
Yes.
So you have to enjoy whatever your product, your service, your offer is. Now, if you're going to be talking about that thing on an ongoing basis, you need to be passionate about it as well, and you've got to believe in it, right?
That's right. So always have to have an alignment to the values of the company and also the product, right? So for me, with the technology that I'm working with right now, and that I absolutely love and have had, I've actually been exposed to it for 15 years. It was in an SAS gym back when I first was in the holistic wellness space, and it just kind of seeded its way through my life. I had it actually in my home well before I even partnered with it as a business model. And and then I took it on as a business because I became passionate about the depths of not only wellness and personal growth. Like I love business, so that's pretty much a big piece to the puzzle is why I chose it, is the business side of things and why it works, but also the fact that it is changing people internally. And so what I have noticed over the years of helping thousands of people is like when you change the internal frequency of someone, like their wellness, optimization of life becomes like inevitable. So whether they are building this business or not, they start to do great things in their life. They start to have better relationships in their life. They start to create impactful, meaningful things that they want to do because they have the energy and capacity to do so. So that's been a big driving force to why I said yes, because for me, being in the wellness space, I understood the fundamentals of health and wellness. So that was a big tick, yes. And then the community and people being driven by impact and service and supporting each other. I mean, you've had a witness to the community now, behind the scenes community opening. And that really started to shift and change me massively, having people in my corner and backing me and supporting me. And even to this day, like being able to just reach out to a different sister that's doing incredibly well and asking for support or asking for a resource, and everyone just being, sweet, let's do it. No competition. Let's go into community vibes. And it really lacked.
Look, it's so good. I think, as if you're deciding to have a business and work online, at the end of the day, you've got to take care of yourself. You're going to have to upskill. You're going to have to get uncomfortable. You're going to have to learn new things.
100%.
It's going to be challenging, but it is so much easier, like when you've got the support of, coaches and community, and, I think that's great.
And it's the exact same skill set that you're going to learn in building a big, massive business anyway. And I'm like, why not get paid while you're learning the skill set? Because I could go and transfer all the skill set that I've learned now and build other businesses. And I do passion projects, and I have other areas of my life that I could go and implement what I've learned here into that. But at the same time, I've been paid 6 figures plus every year by doing this, and bringing this into my life. And it's encouraged my personal branding to come out, who I truly am. I've been able to help heaps of people along the way. I've had a healthy life. My daughter has a healthy life. So there's so many wins for me.
So for those people out there who don't actually know what affiliate marketing is, how would you, like an affiliate business, how would you describe it?
I guess the best way to describe it is it's a partnership with a company that's already on a trajectory of greatness that you align with. And if we're going to scale it back to like small business owners that have like a hair salon, they have hair products in their salon, that's an affiliate. That's them partnering with a company that's got a product that are good for their clients, right? So for me, I affiliate with something that I know is going to be of service to my community and to my clients. Like I want to make massive, rapid changes in the world, and I want to make generational changes with the world. So that's what I've partnered with, technologies that's doing that, and a company that's doing that. So that's it. All it is saying yes to somebody else's vision, and jumping on board that vision with them, and also utilizing it for your own vision as well.
Kind of like becoming influencers for the actual product, right? Because you're going out and you're and let me just clarify this, right? A lot of people don't like the word influencer. I love the word influencer. We're on this earth to be able to impact and influence people. And there's this connotation around influencers, again, being spammy and, not great or whatever. But I just think if you are actually influencing people to make better decisions for themselves and being, if you have this impact on them that helps them to make changes that are beneficial for them, then that's great.
Yeah, I call it advocating.
Yeah, advocating.
So
nice.
like I advocate for the depths of wellness. I advocate for expansion, and I advocate for people to be able to have their sovereign right to have freedom and joy and fun and not be constrained by the society's norms. So,
yeah.
So that's why it works.
So we haven't discussed this, so it'll be interesting to hear what you have to say, because there's also the stigma around it's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, beautiful.
I know I can throw her under the bus. Go. How would you handle that one?
For me, it's a bit of a laughable statement, because it's so old school. It comes from generations and generations ago. So if someone's using it now, they're just obviously still stuck in a very old program that has run by their grandfather, probably. So it is quite fascinating to me if I do hear it, and I don't hear it as often anymore, but I have heard about it before. And most of who I work with are people that are in the freedom-ish space. So they don't adhere to the corporate ladder type environments, but so they would have an understanding if we were to look at a CEO and the workers. There's no making your way to the top if you're a casual employee. You're fucked. Did we say no swearing?
You just say that. Nah, you can swear.
So yeah, a corporate ladder. I mean, a corporate. Yeah, that's a pyramid scheme for me. You can just draw it out and see that it's a pyramid scheme. I understand why they say that though. People draw these models in a pyramid form to be like, this is you, this is your two people. I don't do that. You should see me write it out. I'm like, this is a direct sale. This goes across. And then you've got indirect sales that can go down, and then you've got your group volume bonuses and stuff. Yeah. To me, that's.
So you're just incentivized for working. You work well, you get paid more. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Sounds simple to me.
It's just leverage, because you also get to do it with community. So instead of it just be solely up to you, you can actually, which will probably go into one of our questions that you were talking about earlier around raising leaders. It's it's now building a community of people that have faith in each other and faith in God and faith in their mission, and rising together. So then there's that's what incentivizes you to actually build leaders and build community.
Yeah, so community is very important for you. Earlier on you said that you didn't feel like you had much support, when you had all these big dreams. There was this gap between reality and support. And now you're full of this community right now. But from what I see, you have become a massive support system for your community.
Thank you.
So whilst I can see how they've supported you, I've also seen how you are such an amazing support for all of them. So talk to me a little bit about the responsibility that you have as a leader for these other people.
Yeah, it can be quite confronting. And I remember I spent a couple of years really battling this piece to my growth, because you have to learn how to raise into leadership, and first it starts with self. It's being really radically responsible for your actions, and it's where do I want to take my mission and my vision and my company, and do I want to really go to the very extent of what's possible, and if I do, then I have to go to the edge of the extent of what's possible for me. So it was quite confronting to go I used to think I was responsible for others' growth, but I was actually only responsible for my growth and how I was going to show up. And then from there, I listening to what is placed upon my heart. So one of the big things that got placed on my heart from God was to run these beautiful retreats and do it as a contribution project for my community. So everyone gets one option, one free retreat to come out to my community retreats. And it's just changed the way that I see it now, because if I just step up and be of service and do what I'm really great at, then leaders rise into that. And giving people opportunity to rise with you rather than putting yourself on a pedestal, I think that's been so helpful for me, because yes, I'm great, and also there's space for other great people. And once you open up that doorway and believe and pour belief into them and allow them to step up into that, especially with this last retreat, you saw that, like it's it just opens up such a level of confidence and courage in belief. And so I've been able to step into that so many times in so many other people's events. And so to curate a beautiful space where other people get to come and co-create the experience through their leadership and being pushed to their kind of edge of leadership, because some of them, are freaking out. But they're willing, and that's the case, It's like leaning into their willingness and their readiness and giving them the platform, letting them shine. Go get them,
They were certainly willing, and they were certainly hungry for it. And, you asked me to come in to co-create with you. And I was just blown away, because for me, my intention was just to allow others to shine. So without even really having that conversation, that was where my heart was led, that my place there was to be able to help bring forth your vision and help bring forth those others there to shine. And what I loved about it was you actually supporting them in the space. For example, I did breath work and I did declaration exercise, and I did my marketing coaching and stuff like that. But there were all these other facilitators there supporting them in their own personal growth. However, they also were given the opportunity to step up, and whatever they did, one held yoga and one held a fitness class, and each one got to step up in their own space to do that.
We had this beautiful traditional cultural opening as well, with my Māori crew, and they were just it was so beautiful to see the sisters really lean into those edges. And prior to the retreat, so I'm on mentorship calls with them, and I'm just seeding the vision and then giving the power over to them as well. Like, I see this, just hold it, a little bit of mentoring, a little bit of coaching in how to hold themselves, making sure that they're going to play full out, like with the last dance event, like full outfit dance, flamingo dance outfit. It was incredible. Just giving them the tools and the permission to play full out, and then trusting them. That's the piece. It's like, you know what, I could get really caught up in how I want to see it go, but if I go into deep layers of trust, I think that's the biggest piece with building leaders, is having faith and trust in somebody else. And when you deepen that trust and they feel that, then they start to really blossom.
Oh, that's so true. I've got a person in my business, and I've really been struggling in the last 6 months doing so much training. And what I realized recently was, trying to do it my way, because that's the way that I would do that role. And probably from coming back from your retreat, I was like, no, I just got to have faith and I've got to trust. And now everything is just, in the last couple of days, actually 3-4 days, whatever, things have just shifted, because I'm now saying, no, you don't have to do it my way. What do you think? How should it be? You've got all the skills and tactics. Now I trust you. And now they're just thriving, and they're not doing it in the way I would do it, but it's working. It's still working. So thank you. That was epic. And you have this amazing, amazing, amazing juice and glitter of basically giving that permission, or making people feel like they can do it.
Yes.
And I think that's awesome. So I absolutely love that. So let's just talk about, I want to get into the practical parts of how this retreat works, right? So we're going back a little bit here, because you said do the retreats, empower them, and I want you to go into that for me and tell me your whole method behind that, because I think people need to understand, because it doesn't sound normal.
No, it's not normal.
It doesn't sound normal
It's also very expensive. But
to take your hard-earned money and do this. So explain this and your why and how it's worked.
It is a beautiful contribution project, and God placed it onto my heart and said, invest back into the people. I mean, I've always been a big advocate for charities. I've volunteered around the world, and I love giving, or I call it paying forward. And yet what I love more is seeing it in real time. And so when it was asked upon me to do, I said yes. And the first retreat, we had 27. It was incredible. I did that with a couple of other leaders. And then each year it's been the same request. So this year it was like only women. And again, I can't play into the scarcity vibes. I do work with men, and I had to just trust that it's for women only and go with it and go, how is this going to turn out? I had to put my money, and back my women with my money into contributing for their retreat. How do I do that? I redistribute my commissions. I'm so grateful I work in an industry that has high commissions, and I can afford to redistribute my funds. I'm also here for longevity and sustainability and impact, and I am not attached to one time being paid once and that's it. I'm attached to what can we create over like the next generations and generations beyond. And so to do that, it comes with community and having faith in my women to also entrust them with a vision. And so this allows me to gift them the skill set, gift them the belief, gift them the opportunity to build content, to get really creative with expressing themselves, and then the ripples just keep going. So yeah, it is a different concept, and not many people are doing it, and I love doing it. I also do take in, other communities that can come in and buy in on a lower offer. Again, I don't price that at a high price. And the coaching industry would tell me that I'm crazy.
So just to be clear, because I don't know if this is clear to our audience, they're getting a retreat for free, okay?
Yes.
So this is a villa. If you want to go back and look at my pictures on social media, this is a villa with kitchen staff, masseuses, and it is and presenters, epic presenters, and an amazing experience,
skill set, content, opportunity to collaborate, opportunity to facilitate, opportunity to be seen. We're doing the inner work, grindy inner work.
Video, photos, how to actually repurpose content and use it. Absolutely epic. Like I can say that because I did the testimonials at the beginning, like why are you here? And at the end I'm like, what did you learn? Completely different people. So those videos will probably be up by the time everybody gets to listen to this podcast. So go check it out. But epic, the level of confidence and how many sales. People were like, we were in the van driving to the airport, stuck in freaking Ubud traffic. And people were like, yeah, I've got 2 more signed up. And yeah, I got to, I was like.
Yeah, I also am teaching the skill set on how to, like, if you want to facilitate your own events, this is what it looks like. And I'm very transparent about what's happening behind the scenes, how you can do this with your own community, how you can, redistribute your funds if you want, you've got a big mission on your heart. And I do have women in my business that match that. So I know that right now there's a retreat that is being built in New Zealand for the multiculture and their women and their women's women. And the reason they're doing that is they also want to see generational shifts, and they want to see some of the patterning that's, infused into their culture, like eliminated, and all their community that they are on the outskirts at the moment, that they know that have the ability to rise into their purpose. Because I work with healers, I work with facilitators, breathwork coaches. They're creating this retreat and they're going to do the same thing. So they've got women like that straight off the bat that are like, we want what you've got. We've seen it now. We've seen you go first, and we also want to rise into our purpose and our mission. We're trusting you. And so they're collaborating right now. Will we guess?
Yes. So I'm just hope that our audience is hearing and appreciating this, right? Can you hear the heart behind this? Can you hear the mission and the vision? It has got nothing to do with just selling a product. Like, you're not actually hearing that. You're hearing, and I've worked with these lovely ladies, obviously in Bali, and they were just epic. And their vision for like their people and their voices, which are now much louder and louder and more frequent
Yes.
due to having gone to Bali. It is, the mission is bigger than the product. The product is just,
It's a vessel. So it's like going to a job. You go to a job, you get paid. It's utilizing something that gives you wealth. And it's much better than going to a job because you don't have to trade your time for money. But there is an energy exchange, and the company is very rewarding. So you can utilize that money for your mission. Take the money, put it into your mission and your vision and into where you want to go. And thank goodness that it is a nice, beautiful compensation plan that allows you to consistently, grow your wealth capacity, right? So that $10,000 in 30 days, going back to the start, that was achievable. I did that. And then it was like, okay, well, what's my next level of that? Like what? And it was based on the impact and the value that I can hold, the woman I become. That's where the income starts popping in. It is a technology that's there, but it's the level of worth and the value that I have for myself, or how I can hold my team. This month may possibly be one of my highest months because I have just facilitated leadership in my business and activated, their mission in much more clarity so that they can go out and create sales in their organization. I also know what I'm doing. I'm also on purpose. I'm creating another retreat so that I can do the same for anyone that's sitting out there, because I had a lot of messages saying, I want to be at the next retreat.
oh my God, I've had my community asking me for a retreat. So,
I'm on purpose. So I get to get paid for my purpose. And when you're in a business that's uncapped, that there's no limit to that pay, then let God choose what it is for you and where you're at.
Look, I love it. As I said, I saw it myself. I was there. I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know how this all happened, or, we do. But we don't even know how this entire thing sort of just happened and fell into place. And I did not know much about anything when I got there. But to see people getting clear on their personal brand, getting clear on their why, getting unstuck and removing all their blocks, finding their voice, then getting the skills in the marketing, then getting skills and being able to effectively communicate their juice and their glitter, having testimonials from all the rest of the community as well, seeing how others have done it, and then watching them literally strut out the other side, literally strutting out the other side.
Yeah, they're definitely on purpose. Their content's like trumping mine at the moment. I'm just like, it's just like popping up all this incredible content. I'm just like, love it.
Yeah, so I think that, I think it's such a great thing, that retreat, in that you're retreating from your life. You're retreating from your stuckness. You're retreating from old beliefs.
Yes.
I had that this morning. That was like, what is retreat? Like, what actually is a retreat? And I was like, you're retreating from all these things. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that in my marketing.
Yeah.
But that's just super excited. So affiliate marketing,
it's so much bigger than just the word affiliate marketing, but it's a partnership, and I'm all about collaboration. So I'm collaborating with that company. I'm collaborating with my community, the women that are coming in.
She'll be collaborating with me.
Yeah, that's the innate nature of the lineage of this space. And so I just really lean into the values of what community and collaboration and like support looks like. And so if I'm a vessel for that, then that just goes and ripples out. And that's what we're going to do, like, from here on out, is just do cool stuff together. Like, why do it alone? Makes no sense.
So good. She does this amazing silent disco, and I hate the name. Like, when she said, has anyone got anything to say? I went, yes, the name sucks.
Yeah.
Because a silent disco does not communicate like almost the somatic release that you're having through this freedom dance, through this like sacred coming together of like who you are, where you want to be, and where you're going. Like, it's just, it's got to have another name.
Yeah, it's like a high frequency activation.
Yeah, epic. We're definitely going to be doing that. That's for sure. So 2 things. One, I want to talk about what would your top tips for leadership be? Like creating leaders? Like what do you think for you creating other leaders? So for a leader to create another leader, what would you think are some of the things, maybe 3 things that you could think of that are good to keep in mind?
Creating space for other people so that they can also be a part of your business and your mission and your vision, like giving them a platform and an opportunity to be on an equal playing field with you. And yeah, wholeheartedly just having that faith and pouring belief and, and holding them at a standard that of their higher self and being okay to communicate that with them and with love. And third would be acknowledging the fact that we all each individually have a gift and it looks different for everyone. And when you can find the gift in someone else and then magnify it so that it can shine, that creates leaders, because we've all got space to be leaders because we're all got different juices and glitter. And so yeah, not being afraid of somebody else like absolutely shining in their purpose. And even if it's similar, because let's talk about scarcity, which is what we're eradicating in this industry, is like not fearing somebody else's juice and glitter, even if it's similar, but amplifying it and partnering and collaborating. And then, and then everyone rises together. That's leadership.
Yeah, love that. My last question would be community, right? A lot of people are in competition. A lot of people, community is not a massive part of it. They might get to their laptop in the morning at 9 a.m., sit there on their laptop, from morning till night.
Excuse me.
May not ever go outside and may not actually go and have a look at it. So one of my out of my 6 things that I always talk about in marketing, partnerships in there. And partnerships are, it's community, it's collaboration, it's B2B, doing podcasts, blogs. It's about actually getting into bed with more people and that.
This is affiliate marketing. Like literally it is. We're sharing each other's links. Like we're doing that too. Each other's missions and visions and supporting it. Like
you just got to have the same values. It's just you've got to have the same values in alignment. Like, like we went ATVing and both of us are like, eh.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
So it's got to be the right type of person. So talk to me a little bit about like community, like the importance of community that you've felt. And maybe like how do you keep that community alive? I mean, I see you do it effortlessly because I'm in your messenger groups and I'm like getting notified all the time. But your community always show up, eager to learn. They're always early. They're always communicating. They don't just like ghost you. Like they're always fully in and present. And I admire that. I actually said to my team, oh, look at this.
Well, I have to admit, like it has been a journey as well because again, if I wasn't willing to have tough conversations, hold a standard, also show up, then I wasn't seeing that in my sphere either. So you've really got to get okay with calling people forward and holding them to a standard, but with love, not from a place where it's wounded or ego, because then they'll feel that and they'll want to fucking run. But hey, I've done that too.
Of course. We're all human.
And it's and really, I guess, being okay to share my heart and my authenticity, and it does become scary at times to trust people. And the reason that they're all stepping up and stepping in is because I've poured faith and belief in them and showed them that I am also being a vehicle and a vessel for that too. And so then we gel.
So vulnerability, authenticity, integrity, and
clarity, because I do say, hey, when you guys light up the chat, it brings me so much joy. Like, this is what is actually something that brings me energy. If I'm giving you guys energy, I want to see it, I want to see it back.
Yeah.
And also for your own self, when you're giving energy and being present and being part of a community, then your community can come in and rise with you, because you have to advocate for it first. You have to be a vessel for it first. And so once that has been shared and gotten clear on that, yes, the chat's going crazy right now. It's bringing me a lot of joy. I'm sure everyone else is having a lot of joy. You're having joy, like it is fun, and it's so much better when everyone's lining the chat up and they're willing and ready to go. And so if you are in any sort of communities, what is your vibration like in that community? Are you actually owning that you're a part of a community and contributing to it? Are you actually bringing your essence, your juice, your glitter to that community? Because if you're holding back, then you're not being a part of that community. It's unity, it's coming togetherness, it's people stepping up and stepping in and realizing that not one person can hold all the plates.
Yeah, I love that so much. So full transparency, like this whole sisterhood queen thing's not been my jam, right? Seriously not been my jam. And I often thought like I am better like with men, and I'm better in men's groups and hanging out with the men. And I was like, oh, is this my masculine, feminine thing again? And what I realized after this whole week of, being away in Bali was that it just was that I hadn't been with the right female group.
Yeah, sisters.
Right. There was just a value thing there that was missing for me. And my word in the last couple of months is integrity. I've realized that value is so high for me that say what you mean and do what you say. Like actions speak louder than words. So now I'm like, sisterhood queen. And I'm like, happy to do
girl.
that.
Yeah, girl.
Don't know if I'm quite there yet. But
Hey, boo.
But it's been heaps and heaps of fun.
She's very sexy in her feminine. Okay.
And I must say the feedback for the breath work, I mean, I'll be vulnerable here and share, like that's always been a thing for me because I'm a strong South African woman, right? I've had to be my whole life, I've had to support myself and whatever. And I don't hold on to that as a victim anymore, but it has been my past. So the breath work for me, I was always like, oh, am I going to do this breathwork thing? It's not massively woo-woo and how am I going to And I just got out of my own way. I was like, getting out of my own way. I just know that I've got this gift and I just want to share it. So the feedback afterwards was just so good.
And you just saw in that real time, like the level of like trust and faith that I had in you, like whether it was going to be good or not. Like it was like, nah, it's going to be good. And in each and every one of my sisters, it's like that. Just lean into like it's going to be amazing, and I trust you and I trust your channel and I trust you're connected to source and God. So like of course it'll be whatever it needs to be, and it was freaking delicious. We loved it.
It was so good. So yeah, it was a really, really safe space, and I think that's it. The masculine side held the safe space, the feminine held the the healing and the vulnerability, and so it was really, really good. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity. So I'm so grateful.
And we'll be seeing her again.
Can't get rid of her
retreat.
anymore. So you have this Ignite Masterclass for anybody who may be interested in the pathway that you've gone down.
Yeah, if they want to learn a bit more about affiliate marketing, like from a logical kind of standpoint, I'm very woo and I'm very feminine. So I can be a little bit visionary versus practicalities.
I think she's pretty grounded and practical.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Maybe I just needed that reflection.
Yeah.
So this, Ignite Masterclass is run by one of my sisters. She just built this out, and it's absolutely so informative. It's a great place to really like just see what it's all about, but also to get really clear on how it can work for you in your business or in your life, and see how the partnership could amplify what you're already doing. So it's a great space to start.
Yeah, and I think when you're looking at trading time for money, it's always an option. And I think what I really liked about this was when you said to me, it's like, you can just buy the product. If you think the product's epic and you just want to buy the product, you can just buy the product. And it's like, oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do anything. You can do all of
boo.
it. You can do yeah. Whatever you desire. But I highly recommend looking at the technology if anyone's in looking at like wellness as an optimal, because if you don't have the foundational pieces sorted, like just forget the rest. So
yeah, you can't. I always say you can't polish a turd. So doesn't matter what you put on top of it. So watch the space, guys. I'm so happy to be in this amazing woman's space, and we're just going to create amazing things together. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Absolutely love it.
So this has been another episode of the Meaningful Marketing Podcast. If you haven't already, please could you subscribe and rate us and leave a comment. I'd love to know if you have any questions, and you can always reach out to me on Facebook. See ya.